Alright, so I got one of the upper bearings done. Looks like it's riding alright. It has a couple spots where it's a little rough. These had a couple little spots of rust on it. That might be it. But I think, you know, pushing pressure down this way isn't hurting anything, and I think once I oil it, I have to make sure oil is compatible with this Delrin, but I think it is. But I got it about 1/4 of an inch, 3/16 above the wood at the moment, and it is riding back and forth just fine. Sticky mosquito. I'm going to transfer the same, clamp these together and drill it, and then so that they'll have the same height, so that the sled will be at the same height or level on both sides, and then these will be connected with a piece of oak or something. I'll grab something and screw those together. And we'll see how that goes. These are probably going to get cut just to make it look nice. That's what I have. So just so they don't stick out above the past the wood, because I'm just using 2x4. So these will get cut down, and I need to go make a piece of wood similar to my hand sanding rig, maybe a little wider, probably as wide as this guy, and probably a little longer, maybe 15 inches long, so that hopefully we'll get close. I'll have a buffer, probably 1/2 inch in the ends, and then it'll slide about 6 inches forward. And hopefully you're seeing all that. With the linkage, I didn't get the wheel in the mail today, so hopefully I'll get that tomorrow. But I'm working like 7 days straight after this, so it'll probably be another a week before I can get to this project again. But you'll see it in a couple seconds. So I'll cut here. I'm probably gonna countersink these bolts, even though they're under the height of this one. Countersinking is probably the best thing I can do at the moment. These spin pretty freely, but as long as they're parallel, that's all I really care about. Parallel, and keep it from moving. So I'll drill the other ones, and we'll see how these guys go. Okay, so what I have now is the final board, hopefully, that it'll be mounted on. And I got this piece, it's just from a sander, and it rides on that. I've milled out a slot in this back end for the bar to go through. Oops. And so it doesn't hit it. And I'm using some Delrin spacers here in the middle to keep this aligned. I got about a millimeter slop on either side, and the oak is holding it this pin in well enough with about a 1/4 inch back. But I drill holes in this pin so it won't slide out. But it's just held in by friction right now. The guide rods are looking pretty straight. What I'm having trouble with is over here. When I have this end, I tap this, or I threaded this end, for a 1/4 nut. But because it's not a perfectly 90-degree angle, it's got some slop in here. So I made some Delrin spacers, try and help it out on this side and this side. And I think I need to cut out this piece because whenever I turn the machine on, it's just unscrewing the nut and throwing it off. It stays in. It's just unscrewing the nut. So I either have to weld on the nut, which I don't really want to do, or use some red Loctite. I think that might be the best option. Keep it from backing off, and grind out a section back here on the back to keep it from touching. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Everything's lined up. Oh, I can plug it in for you. Only bad thing is that I can't turn it down real low because of the starting machine. Oh shit, I'll have to hold these because it's on at about that speed. But at this speed, like if I touch it, it kind of slows the motor down enough. So it needs to either be geared to run that slow, or run a little faster. Then when I press pressure down, like when I'm going to be sanding, it'll still run at this speed, which is pretty good. It just speeds up when you first start, or take your hand off. But I think this is a pretty good speed right there. I just need to figure out how to keep the nut on over there. So that is what I'm currently thinking about. Let me screw this end on. What I'm thinking of doing is replacing the oak with a slab of aluminum so that I can thread it, down the center and use like a cam lock to lock down blades that are different lengths and different sizes and different, like, I can thread it on both sides and stuff. Just use like a 1/4 bolt and just use a little cam lock. That's what I'm thinking, but this oak one will work for the moment. But just gotta figure out a way to keep this bar aligned at this position, because I have a couple spacers that I can use, but because of this curve, it doesn't really want to stay there. So I might have to weld something on, or just weld a little tab right there so nothing can't get, or a little washer or something. That's what I'm thinking of doing right now. And then on the back side, I need to take this wheel off so that I can thread this nut on, maybe cut a little section out of that. That's what I'm thinking right now. So that's everything for the moment. So what I did, I still had those same spacers, But I found what's it called? One of those nylon washer or nylon nuts, the lock nuts. And I cut this section out right here so that the nut wouldn't be contacting the wheel as it spun around, because that's what was unscrewing the nut, this part of the wheel. So I have it run out. It doesn't go down. It doesn't like this switch from back to forth. Gets a little click there, and doesn't really like going over that hump. See that? But as long as I keep it about that speed, which is about 10 on the dial, it should be hand sanding no problem. So all I have to do is cut the front, and I could shorten the. Let me turn that off. Shorten this guy. I'm gonna leave it for the moment, just in case I want to have a bigger aluminum platform. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Just gonna cut the plywood at the front here to shorten it up. Because right now it's probably 3 feet. Let's see, 1, 2, say 33 inches long. So it's pretty long at the moment, but it seems to be working just how I want it. So I'm going to cut the front, and the only thing I can think of is there's some dirt on the rails. I've been using this WD-40 silicone just to lube up the rails and make them glide a lot smoother. That's it. I'm going to do a couple tests on a knife, and we'll see how it goes.